Hi, in this video I'm looking here at converting these lengths here into these units here. So I'm going to convert kilometers to meters, meters to millimeters, centimeters to meters, millimeters to centimeters, and meters to kilometers. So let's have a look. Let's do part A. Now part A, we're going from 0.3285 kilometers, and I want to put that in a more appropriate unit because having this decimal doesn't make any sense. So we're going to convert it into meters. Now to go from kilometers to meters, I want to multiply by 1,000. And the reason I'm multiplying by 1,000 is a meter is a small unit. So I've got to multiply to go from a big unit down to a small unit. And there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So I'm going to multiply my kilometers by 1,000 to get to meters. So let's multiply by 1,000. And that's going to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places. So we have 328.5 meters. Having a look at part B, we've now got 560 meters, and I want to convert that to millimeters. So maybe I'm wanting to convert it to millimeters so I can do a drawing, because usually a lot of scale drawings are done in millimeters. So 560 meters, converting that to millimeters, well, from meters to get to millimeters, again, there's 1,000 in them, and we're going to a small unit. A millimeter is very small compared to a meter, so we're going to multiply by 1,000. So again, we multiply this by 1,000, and that's going to give me 560,000 millimeters. Having a look at part C now, I've got 580 centimeters. And I want to convert that into meters. Now a centimeter sits part way in between millimeters and meters. And in fact it really sits closer towards the millimeters because it's quite small, but it's just a little bit bigger than a millimeter, and meters are still a fair bit bigger than a centimeter. So I wanted to go from centimeters up to meters. Now there are 100 centimeters in a meter, and to go from a small unit up to a larger unit, so centimeters are small, meters are big, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide this question by 100, and so that's going to give me 4.8 meters. Part D, I've got 20.4 millimeters, and I want to go up to centimeters. So I'm at millimeters. How do I go from here up to centimeters? Well, there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, and I'm going from something small up to something big, so I divide by 10. So we're going to divide by 10. So that means I've got 2.04 centimeters. And lastly, part E, I've got 8,379 meters, and I want that to be in kilometers. To go up to kilometers from meters, there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, going from small to big, so I divide. So I'm going to divide this by 1,000, and so that's going to give me 8.379 kilometers. So there we go. To convert between units, I've just got to remember how many of each unit is in each of the smaller units is in the bigger unit. And then if I'm going from big down to small, I multiply. From small up to big, I divide. Usually there's the easy ones are 1,000. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, so I multiply or divide by 1,000 to convert between kilometers and meters. There's 1,000 millimeters in a meter, so I either multiply or divide by 1,000 to go from millimeters to meters or meters to millimeters. And then there's a centimeter sitting in here, which makes things a little bit tricky because you just got to remember there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So to convert between meters and centimeters, you multiply or divide by 100. And there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So you've just got to remember that you've got to multiply, divide by 10 when converting between centimeters and millimeters.